So stuff like that, you hear stuff like that, it's like, what the hell is going on here? So it's just it's kind of a weird situation with him. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it's something that it's something that they need to figure out because they don't look right. To the naked eye, they don't look right. I know they played some easy teams recently, the Magic and the Heat. They got shielded by the Grizzlies tonight, but something's not correct there, and eventually it's going to come to light. We're eventually going to see exactly what's going on, but as of right now, something's not right. But they have too many bad contracts on that roster. DeAndre Jordan, as good of a player as he is, he's not the guy you want to give a max contract to. You just don't. I think you can get better. I think you get a guy that isn't a liability. I just think that he can get a lot more for the money he's making and money what he's going to be making. J.J. Redick is very overrated. He has one good game a week. The other 2 games are very subpar. And then you have your small forward position. It's just a very rough situation. So until they figure those things out, they're going to be the same first round, second round knockout.
On to the NFL. Again, Thanksgiving this Thursday. Bears, Lions, Philly, Dallas, Seattle, San Francisco. Do you like the addition of this third game on Thanksgiving, the night game? Used to be on NFL Network, now NBC's got it. Do you like the addition of this kind of rivalry third game that happens every Thanksgiving now?
I mean, it's cool. I don't mind it. It's cool. When it comes down to it, I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it's for the fans. When people want to, the fans want to like it. The fans want to be involved. And, I personally have a problem with it. I don't have a huge issue with it. I personally think that when it comes down to it, it's good. It's good to have a late Thursday night game for Thanksgiving only. I'm not a big fan of Thursday games to begin with, but for Thanksgiving, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's a situation to where, some people work on Thanksgivings. Some people have, dinner with families early. Some people have dinner with families late. So it's good. It's a situation where if you come in late, late night, you get to watch a game. And that's always cool. It's always good. It's tradition. Got good matchups this year, especially the night game is a good matchup. You got the Niners and the Seahawks. All in a short week, though, but still should be a good game.
Isn't it weird, even during the Jim Schwartz era, I wouldn't call Detroit good, great at any point during the Schwartz era, but it is odd that they're, they got good players now. It's not just Barry Sanders or something like that. They'll be underachieving at times, but isn't it weird to have Detroit be semi-relevant on Thanksgiving?
Well, it's good. I mean, it's definitely good. I mean, even last year, I believe last year's the year, they beat the Packers last year on Thanksgiving. I don't think Aaron Rodgers was playing, but they've been decent as of late. They just haven't been able to take that next step as a team. And I think until they do that, can't really take them seriously. But, it's good to have them relevant. It's good. The NFL needs as many different teams as possible to be relevant. It's a good thing. It's never a bad thing to have as many good teams and good players in different situations to be relevant. It's always a welcoming sign. It's always a good sign. So, personally, I think that when it comes down to it, it's good to see that because remember, for a long time, they were just getting beat. Every Thanksgiving it was automatic that they get killed. And that's not good for the league. That's not good for your product, especially when you have so many casual fans watching on that day. You want to have solid players. You want to have guys that can really, 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 really make a difference. So it's pretty interesting.
Harbaugh versus Pete Carroll on Thursday night. Should we appreciate this rivalry? Because this might be one of the last times we ever see these two face off.
Well, I don't think it's going to be the last time they face off because I still think that Harbaugh's going to be in the NFL next year. It won't be with the 49ers, but he'll be in the NFL somewhere. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird situation. But I will say, I will say this. I will say that they play this week. They in 2 weeks from Sunday as well. There may be a third game. The way this NFL is, who knows what may happen. But it's a good rivalry. It's a good rivalry. I don't think they hate each other. I think there's some there's some bad blood there, but I don't think they hate each other. I think the word hate is kind of strong. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but at the same time, there's a lot of competitive edge there. There's a lot of egos in that situation, and Pete has done the better job. He's the guy that's pretty much gotten the championships at both levels, and that's something Jim hasn't done yet.
Where do you see Harbaugh going at the end, into next year? Do you see possible landing in Miami, or do you see? I mean, you said you don't think he's going back to college, but where do you see him winding up?
It has to be Miami, and if in one place, I keep hearing the Raiders. I keep hearing that he may wind up with the Raiders. I don't know if that will happen, but I keep hearing the Raiders. I keep hearing that. I just don't know. I don't know why he would do that, because that's a very bad situation. That needs a lot of work. But I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But I think Miami's leading the clubhouse because of the talent they have. They have a roster similar to the roster he got when he got the Niners job. He has pretty much a solid roster that's ready to go from this point on. And I don't know if he has that with the Raiders. Raiders need a lot of work, and they have a lot of issues and whatnot. But with the Raiders, he would have full control, and that's something that he wouldn't have in most places. So it's pretty much up to him. It's pretty much up to him. But Miami would be the best shot for him, in my opinion.
Last thing before I let you go, do you want to tell everybody where we can find you on Twitter, the internet, all that good stuff?
Well, you can find me a lot of places. On Twitter at VJameson, on BelieveLifeNBA.com. I'm a correspondent there. A lot of my stuff is on there as well. If you're on the West Coast, I'm on Fox Sports radio in the mornings, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday in Vegas, Tuesday in New Mexico. Thursday I'm on with George KOAL in Utah. And then we have our NBA show, the Triple J show, talk NBA for about an hour with myself, Jabari A. Davis, and Jordan Buscarini on KOAL, 7:50 a.m. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're doing a lot of stuff. Going to be covering some games soon, both college and pro. Got Lakers and Timberwolves game this week, so it should be interesting.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on short notice, and I'll get you your B-Dubs gift card sent out shortly, and we'll talk again soon. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on the Bob Sullivan Show, and if you want to call in after the break, the number is 585-633-7487.
Joan Jett, woke up to some wailing, was Van Halen on my radio. Parachute pants, skinny ties, Michael J. Fox, family ties, 1984. Radio, radio, radio. Radio, Don't want no more 90s shit. Nirvana was cool and maybe Pearl Jam, but that was it. Give me Springsteen, rock and roll, Cheap Trick, not Oingo Boingo. Hey, Joey Ramone, leave Michael Jackson at home. Radio, 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 radio. Radio, 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 radio.
hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Yeah. Thank you. Far too kind. Yeah. Ready?
Back the Bob Sullivan Show here on LateNightSportsRadio.com. If you want to check out any previous Bob Sullivan shows, go to LateNightSportsRadio.com and click on the Bob Sullivan Show, and you can find all the good shows, and as well as shows from 87 Sports Fan with Keith Grieve, Steve Taylor, and check out all the great shows on the website. Keith, I'm ready for headlines. The question is, are you ready for headlines?
All right, we got, let's see, what time are we looking at here? About 9 minutes?
Yeah.
We can do this.
We do this.
All
this
right.
is our time.
In a late-breaking development tonight, while we've been on the air, the Boston Red Sox seem apparent to sign Hanley Ramirez to 5-year, $90 million.
Really?
What's your gut reaction to that move?
Wow. Well, if you want a lazy left side of the infield.
Apparently he's going to play left field.
He what?
Apparently he's going to play left field.
Oh. Well, I guess never mind. If you want, well, I guess that could be an interesting development. Yeah, that's an interesting move. I did not see that happen. Actually, you know why I didn't see that happening is because I didn't know he was a free agent. So, yeah, that's interesting by Boston. You know, I guess it doesn't really matter who you put out in left field in Boston. You just got to teach them how to play the ball off the wall. And, you know, Manny Ramirez could do it. I assume anybody could do it. And the only concern, if I'm a Red Sox fan, is how many games is Hanley going to miss?
So does this
probably close to 80.
So does this make Cespedes a DH?
You would think so, because didn't they just pick up another Cuban player?
Yeah, they had he's still in the what do you call it? The prospect stage at this point.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe they trade Cespedes, because there's been talk of that too.
Yeah, because right now they have, according to ESPN.com, David Ortiz is in their DH spot.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think my guess is Cespedes ends up getting moved here for a prospect or two, or maybe he goes to the Dodgers. Who knows?
All right, Jameis Winston bumped an official. ACC says it won't penalize Jameis Winston. Says it was a non-issue. A, do you think that he should have been penalized? And two, do you think there's a little Florida State fanboyism going on here?
Why would they penalize Jameis Winston? He hasn't been penalized for... Well, I guess he